Fire Emblem Warriors. I remember you telling me you don't want to become a king. Why is that?
It should be pretty obvious. Kings are weak. It's as simple as that. They need others to protect them, and they can't do anything on their own. I'm gonna be a knight instead, strong enough to protect everyone.
I'd agree that a king cannot act alone, but does that mean he is weak? After all, he has found people willing to lay down their lives for him. Now consider your enemies. They may be giving their lives to protect friends. Does it make you strong to kill someone who has their own honorable intentions? Can you cut down your foe, knowing that their death will hurt their friends?
I can. I will. There's no time for such hesitation in battle anyway. As long as I need to protect my sister or defend this kingdom, I won't let doubt stop me from doing what has to be done.
You're right. Your sword must be backed by unwavering confidence. That confidence comes from your bond with your sister and kingdom. Such connections are nurtured by a king, and they help to defend his realm.
How does that work?
Simply put, people who love the king and the land will fight hard to protect them. Think about it. Your desire to defend your kingdom brought us all together. We fight hard to help you because of the love you clearly have for Aetolis.
Oh, well...
And when we all work together, there's nothing that can stop us. This is the kind of power a king can wield. He may not always fight on the front lines, but he can still protect his people.
I still think I'm better in the thick of a fight. My sister has the brains to rule.
I don't mean to be pushy. I'm not trying to talk you into becoming king. I just thought you could use another perspective. I myself hope to become a king who can nurture the bond with his people.
I don't know if I'm cut out to be that kind of king, but you are for sure.
Thank you for saying so. There's still a long road ahead, but I'm focused on it. If by chance you decide you do want to become king, I hope my words can be a source of inspiration for you. Remember that everything I do is to nurture the bonds between my friends.
I'll keep it in mind for sure. I've seen it firsthand on the battlefield, after all. You're an invaluable ally. I'll never forget your courage.
I'll continue to watch over you, Rowan, and I'll always treasure our connection.
You carry yourself with such grace for one so young, Prince Marth. Your swordsmanship is most impressive, and your allies truly listen to you.
You're too kind, Prince Ryoma. But fighting alongside you has only revealed my own inexperience. I have a long way to go before I can stack up against you. I lost my father and my sister. My whole kingdom was seized by enemy forces. So many innocents died because I was not strong enough. If I only had the power to protect my own people, I could have saved them.
So you lost your family too, Prince Marth. We have this in common. When I was young, my father was killed and Corin was taken. It was in that moment I vowed to protect my family from further harm. If I'd been stronger at the time, I could have prevented such loss. So you see, I understand your pain better than most. That vow is the foundation of my determination today.
I'm sorry to hear your family has suffered such hardships, Ryoma. I was so focused on my own past, I didn't consider yours may be similar.
Those experiences have made me the man I am today.
Thank you for talking to me about it. You are truly a model of strength, not only in body, but in spirit as well. I've got a long way to go.
It is no small honor to be considered a benchmark by one as great as you. I guess that means I have become stronger. Thank you, Prince Marth. I'm positive you will become a fine king.
Hearing that from you gives me hope.
Your achievements up until now have been more impressive than mine. To raise and lead an army at your age, and to always put your friends first, it is I who should look to you as a role model.
Am I really that inspiring?
Of course. I'll never stop drawing encouragement from you. And I think our similar pasts are a fine foundation for a friendship.
I think you're right.
We both lost our fathers at a young age. So we have both made our own way. Let us continue to bring out the best in each other and grow as comrades.
I agree. To meet in this strange world. It must be fate that our paths have crossed. Let's walk it together.
And we'll prepare each other for the responsibilities of the crown.
What are you doing, Prince Xander? The fight's barely finished and you're already neck-deep in paper.
Yes, well, I record and make notes on my performance after every battle. As Norian royalty, I must always be trying to improve myself.
I can say without a doubt your battle performance requires no improvement. In fact, everything you've done is intimidating. I admire the way you handle yourself, on and off the battlefield.
I appreciate that, but in my opinion, I'm still not good enough. When I think of how my father was in his prime, well, I pale in comparison.
I can't imagine someone more imposing than you.
I didn't have to imagine it. He was a powerful king and an inspiring leader. He always stood on the front line in battle, ready to fight for his kingdom.
I'm envious that you have a father to look up to, especially one like that.
Yes, well, that was a long time ago.
Did I say something wrong?
No. Why don't you tell me about your father, Prince Marth? If he's anything like you, he must be a splendid king.
Years ago, he sought to aid an allied kingdom and never returned.
So your father is... I had no idea. My apologies for my insensitivity.
Don't worry. There's no way you could have known.
Though it seems my assumptions were correct. He was a great hero? To give one's own life in the name of the people is the mark of a true king. No doubt his strength and honor live on in you. I see how you fight for your friends and for the people of Aetolis. Your father would be proud.
Thank you. I hope that's the case. I often wonder what my father would think of me now.
Leadership comes very naturally to you. I, on the other hand, have to work at it.
I think you're underestimating yourself, Prince Xander. The way you describe King Garen is exactly how I'd describe you.
That's kind of you to say.
It's also the truth. You know, it's nice to have someone else to talk to about the life of a prince. I believe we could learn a lot from one another. Like how not to be so hard on ourselves.
I suppose spending some more time together wouldn't be a bad idea. Perhaps we'll both be better princes as a result.
Did I move too far ahead?
Chrom, you're alive!
Marth, thank you for coming. Behind you!
You have my thanks. I came here to save you, but instead you saved me.
No thanks are necessary. This whole mess was my fault.
Don't be so hard on yourself. Anyway, let us be off.
Right. You really helped me out. I tend to get ahead of myself when it comes to battle. You, on the other hand, fight while also watching out for your comrades.
I cannot simply stand by and watch as those I fight alongside are hurt. But you are always more than brave on the battlefield, Chrom. You know this. You remind me of King Henri.
The founder of the Kingdom of Altea? To be compared to him is a little overwhelming. I'm not that great.
But you hold within you the power to accomplish greatness, just like the king.
Of the two of us, I think you're far more deserving of the name Hero King.
Do you truly believe so?
I do. When I return home, I'll tell stories of my battles alongside the great Marth.
But I get so focused on helping everyone that I lose sight of my own safety. It is sorry to think that one lauded as the Hero King cannot care for himself.
No, I won't accept that.
I apologize if I said something to upset you.
I'm the one who should apologize. It's impossible not to expect great things from a legendary hero. And when we look at you, we can't help but feel that you truly deserve the title. So please, don't be so hard on yourself.
Thank you, Chrom. You are the first one to explain it that way. In any case, I must improve myself before I am worthy of the title of Hero King.
Marth.
But I will no longer make apologies for being less than perfect. And someday, I will be as worthy of the title as you say. This I swear to you.
And I swear to become as brave and kind a soul as you. As long as we share this bond that spans time itself, I'm sure I can do it. For the sake of both our futures, let us join our power and take the next battle.
Our swords together shall carve a path for us both!
Thank you for your reinforcements, Lord Marth. Just what I'd expect from the Hero King. It is an honor to share your battlefield.
Please, Lucina. I did nothing to warrant such praise.
You showed up when I needed you most. It was just as the legends say. Rescuing your allies and driving back your foes in one fell swoop. Beloved not only by his comrades, but known to charm his enemies as well.
I assure you, those stories are greatly exaggerated.
That cannot be. I grew up believing in these tales. Hero King Marth was the hope for all who lived in my world. That's why I took your name and fought to spread that hope.
But you must realize not everything is as the legends say.
Well, I guess you are a bit different from what I imagined. It said you slew a dragon, so I pictured you as a relentless warrior. But in reality, you're calm and kind, and you care for your friends. And you just... you're amazing! That's what I'm trying to say.
When you put it that way, it makes me very uncomfortable.
And so humble, too.
If you say so. If I may change the subject, why did you use my name? You would make a fine leader in your own right. I'm sure people would have rallied behind you on your own merits.
I needed a strong symbol of hope. The fell dragon seized control of my world and plunged it into despair. Your name was the only one capable of raising spirits and support. As I said, Lord Marth, your legend is hope itself.
I see. Lucina, you've been through some truly difficult battles.
I have. And I think, above all others, the person who benefited from your name, well, I think it was me. Calling myself Marth gave me the courage of the true Hero King. I'm sorry. I felt the need to apologize since we first met. Even if it was to save my future, using your name was selfish.
No apology necessary. If it was that useful, I'm more than glad. Besides, I'm certain your deeds were worthy of my name.
Thank you, Marth. You have always been a great source of strength, even now.
But looking at you here, it seems you never needed my name to begin with. Judging from your strength, you will one day give rise to your own legend.
I don't...
I must do my best as well, so I too can become the Hero King you aspire to be. There is no telling what awaits me after this. I must be ready for anything.
Since I've been given the honor of fighting alongside you, I will give everything I have to bring my skill closer to yours, even if just a little.
Let us fight with all we have, for both our futures.
Pardon me, Prince Marth. Let me clean that up.
Oh, very well. Actually, I was going to get that eventually.
Oh, I don't mind. This is the sort of work I handle, my lord.
Are you sure? I don't want to get used to having others do work for me.
I see. But did your former retainers not handle these sorts of things?
Why would you assume that?
Pardon me if I've offended you, but is that not what retainers are for? Surely you were surrounded by capable and trustworthy ones.
Yes, of course. But they were talented knights, not mere servants. Jagan, my guardian, Abel with his steady hand, and Cain, what a temper on him. I owe a great deal to all of them.
Do you speak of the bull and the panther? Those names are legend in my time. To think I never connected them to you. As a retainer myself, I was raised on stories of their craft and service.
That is comforting to hear. They are all deserving of such honor. But you, Frederick, are just as talented and dependable as they. And your relationship with Lord Chrom is a model of harmony and respect.
My lord, I'm honored. Truly, such praise coming from you. Your kind heart knows no limit. The bull and the panther are lucky to have you.
I admit I'm a bit jealous that you and Chrom are united here.
Yes, I suppose I am quite lucky. My lord, in the absence of your retainers, perhaps you would allow me to serve. My first duty is still to Chrom, of course, but maybe I could be of some help.
Thank you, Frederick. I would be foolish to turn down such an offer. Mind you, I don't require anyone to hold my hand. But I am pleased to know I can rely on your strength and courage.
Of course, my lord. My arm is yours.
There is one condition, however. You must allow me to do something in return. Perhaps I could help with your work, or fight by your side on the battlefield. Not as your master, but as a friend walking the same path.
Thank you, my lord. As you said earlier, I would be foolish to turn down such an offer. You can count on my support going forward, as a friend.
Very well. With our combined strength, we shall overcome anything in our path.
Indeed. Onward, my lord. I mean, Marth. May I call you Marth?
Marth, are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine. I made it through that last battle without major injury. I'm more relieved to see you unharmed. If anything happened to you, I wouldn't be able to face King Moston.
You shouldn't think about things like that.
I only wish to see you safely back to our world. To be honest, I would bar you from the battlefield if I could.
Marth, if we want to survive, we need every able fighter. Do you think I have no talent for battle?
Of course not. You are a remarkable fighter.
If that's not it, then what?
It's your talent that worries me. The more talented you are, the more battle you see, the more lives you take. I worry the burden of taking so many lives may be too much for you to bear.
Don't worry about me, Marth. I can shoulder any burden as long as you're by my side.
I'm glad to hear that. But with each battle comes the risk of...
Would you have me simply watch the fight from the sidelines?
Of course not, but I couldn't live with myself if you were hurt.
Well, maybe the great Prince Marth will wait in his castle during the next fight.
You can't just expect me to sit idly by and watch. Not while everyone puts themselves in such danger.
So you understand how I feel.
Caeda, please.
If you fell in battle because I was not by your side, I don't think I could ever forgive myself.
I feel the same about you. I guess that's why we have such heated discussions.
We understand each other all too well. I'm sorry for getting so worked up.
It's fine. I think I deserved it, really. I simply want to keep you safe. That's my top priority.
Our priorities are one and the same. I want little more than to protect you. And I want this fighting to be over as soon as possible.
Then let's take each battlefield by each other's side. This fighting will be ended through our combined strength.
Yes, Marth. We'll see each other safely home.
Oh, what a strange house. It looks so different from the houses in our world.
Yes, it is awfully unique. It really reminds me we're in a foreign land.
Do you think Banban's seen this sort of thing before?
I don't imagine so. No matter how long Bantu has lived, it seems unlikely he's traveled worlds.
I wish he would have come with us. I want him to see all this new stuff.
You'll just have to take a good look and describe it all to him when we get back. I think it would make him happy to hear these stories from you.
You're right. I'll look at everything I can and tell him all about it. But when do you think we'll be able to go home? Do you think Bantu is sad that I'm not there?
I'm sure he's missing you quite a bit.
Oh, I knew it.
But he has a lot of new companions now as well. Our friends are still with him, so I'm sure he's doing just fine. How about you, Tiki? Are you missing him?
Yeah, not being able to see him is sad, but I'm the same as him. I'll be fine because I'm here with you, Mama. And we'll be together forever, right?
Of course. Together forever. Bantu is waiting for us to return, along with everyone else.
In that case, let's get back to our own world as soon as we can.
That's the right attitude to have. The enemy is gaining momentum. Battles will be tougher from here on. Let's work with our new allies and finish this fight as soon as we can.
You got it. I'll just be like, roar, and roast our enemies up good.
You'll be a fearsome opponent. Let's both give it all we've got. We can defeat enemies of any strength when we face them together.
I won't be scared as long as I'm here with you, Mama. And you're not scared as long as I'm here, right?
That's right. It's always a great relief to have you fighting by my side. When I heard that you had come to this world as well, I just knew we'd be fine.
I'm glad you're here too. Traveling with you is so much fun.
Let's help each other through this strange land.
Prince Marth, your kingdom is in Caeda, correct?
That's right. I didn't realize you'd heard of it.
It's probably coincidence, but there's a land by the same name in my world. It should be at peace right now, but your country is at war, right?
Yes. The situation is beyond grave. Not only did I lose my own kingdom, but the entire continent is now fighting. So if I want to save my kingdom, I must save all the others as well.
That's pretty similar to the War of Shadows.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, never mind. It just reminds me of something else. The Caeda of my world had a major war too. It lasted for years and there were many deaths. It was so tragic. It looks like you're resolved to fight, but I wonder if that's the best way. War takes such a toll on the people. Are there no peaceful solutions?
I often wish there were. But unfortunately, some foes simply cannot be reasoned with. My father fought for Caeda, and he gave his life. So now it's up to me to carry on that fight. I was born a Prince of Altea, and it was my father's dying wish that I rule.
But just because you were born a prince doesn't mean you have to fight. War leads to more war, which leads to more tragedy. It's unending. And even if you survive this battle, you may not survive the next.
Even so, Celica, it is my choice to fight.
Is there no way to stop you?
I can't protect my loved ones by sitting on the sidelines. Nevertheless, you have opened my eyes to a new perspective.
I have?
Citizens dragged into war have more to lose than their lives. They can lose hope. I must have forgotten that, after so much time on the battlefield. We must fight for now, but I will keep the importance of peace in mind.
It makes me happy to hear you say that, Marth. And to know that someone like you believes peace after war is possible. I may not have much to offer, but at the very least, allow me to pray for your safety and that you achieve your goals.
Thank you, Celica. I'll do my best to see that your prayers are answered.
You're a model prince, Marth. You'd look good on a white steed.
What makes you say that?
You have a very noble air about you. It makes for a great leader. I'm a noblewoman, but I was raised on the plains, the opposite of in a castle. So I feel like the way I act can be unrefined, I guess.
Acting noble all the time isn't all it's cracked up to be. Don't worry too much. You have your own qualities that make you a fine leader.
Aw, you're just saying that to be nice.
I mean it. You have amazing strength, and you care deeply for those you protect. Such traits are noble in their own right, and more important than manners.
Thanks, Marth. That means a lot coming from you.
Your father was a respected chief, right? I'm sure you inherited some of his traits.
I'd like to think so. Too bad I didn't get any of my mother's beauty and grace.
I think you have your own type of beauty and grace. It's just less traditional. Your blade work reminds me of a dance, or a wind sweeping across the plains. I'm sorry if I said something to upset you.
No, it's fine. What you said threw me a little, that's all. I have a friend who once told me that same thing.
So I'm not the only one who sees it. Is this friend from your world?
Yes, his name is Eliwood. He's a noble with real compassion for his people. He's always been there for me, through thick and thin. I owe him so much. I used to hate nobles, but that all changed when I met him.
He must have recognized your good qualities the moment he met you. Those feelings grow along with the bond between friends. Eliwood and I both immediately realized how important you would be.
Okay, you're making me blush. It's easy for me to see why so many people follow you too, you know. So that said, would you mind being my mentor? I feel as though I must learn to act more nobly. And I want to wield my sword for others, not just myself, like you.
A fair request. But let's make a deal. I'll mentor you if you mentor me. Your swordplay is strong and flexible, and I admire your free, tenacious style.
So we'll both be mentor and mentee. I like the sound of that.
We'll fight, learn, and grow together. I look forward to it, Lynn.